So this particular story comes from Kilmainham jail. Lots of different ghouls and ghosts there. You see, that was the place that people were sent down to be executed, sent down by those bastards up in Dublin Castle. They'd spend their last few days here in solitary confinement alone with their blood and their sweat and their tears and their pee before doing the long and lonesome walk to the gallows. And lots of different people were here. John Shearer and his brother, they were sent here for treason. And they spent their last few days here before doing that lonesome walk, but they did it holding the hands, which is sweet really, isn't it? Before having their heads removed from their body. You see, they'd be hung by their neck. There'd be a knife stuck in their chest, cut all the way down to their stomach, another knife in the side, cut all the way across, and their entrails would be pulled out, dropped on the ground before them, a little fire lit underneath it. And their entrails would burn, and the last thing they'd smell would be their own putrid, rotting flesh going up into their nostrils. Probably a little bit of their breakfast as well, before they had their heads removed from their body. But as I said, there's a million of these different stories. We could go on all day. The women during the Civil War used to get on their knees and pray in front of a makeshift altar for the men being held against their will, all on hunger strike. They would pray for these men's health. You see, they had a little deal with the guards and no one was to disturb them, but one night someone or something came walking up the spiral staircase behind them. They could hear its cold, hollow footsteps making their way all the way up and around behind the women. Now, the women didn't turn around. They never broke their prayer, even when they could feel that cold, freezing breath, minty fresh probably, of death right on the nape of their neck. And just when it appeared, it disappeared. Just like that. They asked the guards, was it them? But the guard said it wasn't them, so it must have been one of these spirits. There's a room in Kilmainham where a spirit darts in and out and in and out and in and out. What? You get the point. Continuously searching for another soul. You see, they say it's the mother of a child who was murdered when questioning by the guards, and suddenly and terribly and horribly violent. Sad stories too. There was a British couple up here. British couple taking photographs. Click, 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 click. But in the old days, you had to wait 2 weeks for those photos to be developed. And while they waited, they thought, oh, what a lovely trip to Ireland we had. But when they developed the photos, they saw a shadow standing outside of one of the rooms. And you see, this is a sad story because that's the shadow of Grace. And that was Joseph Plunkett's room, the leader of the 1916 Rising. And they got married hours before he was murdered, executed. And they only got to spend a few moments together. Just a few seconds together. But she's been outside that room for close to 100 years now. Waiting for him. 100 years. Some women, eh? Some women are fierce fucking hard to shake, to be honest. But anyway, I could go on all day with these stories. But for you to truly experience them, you'll have to come down here. Come down to the Gravedigger Ghost Tour. We'll take you to Kilmainham. We'll take you to St. Albans. We'll take you to the graveyards.